Most.com. I'm here once again with Barney from Napalm Death. How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm all right, man, actually. Yeah, very well, very well.
Very well. Well, obviously it's colder, and last time we spoke, we were on the 70,000, or we were on Bars to Hell.
Hell, yeah. Get your cruises straight.
Well, you were just on the 70,000.
Yeah.
So you did it again. How did it compare?
It was all right, man. You know, it's like I kind of go into those cruises beforehand, going, oh, this is going to be really tacky. It's going to be really tacky, and then I end up going, well, can't we have some more days? It's really fun, actually. I have to say, because in some ways it's a great leveler, you know, because everybody's in together.
Yeah.
Napalm, that's how we roll anyway. But in that situation, you've got bands that would probably, you know, would rarely mix, you know, and so it is really good fun. You know, I had a really good time.
It was the new boat. It was the bigger boat, right?
That place was huge, you know. I mean, think of the last time and add like the Mall of the Americas times 5 on it. You know what I mean? And that's the size of it. Yeah, it was huge, you know. And you know, anybody that likes a buffet would rest assured that the buffet was also 5 times bigger.
Wow.
So,
I just remember the meat guy from the beginning of mine. I always went straight to the meat guy.
Yeah, not me.
Not you, but I did.
Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, you could eat absolutely any style that you could think of, pretty much. You know. So.
Yeah. Very cool. Well, after that, obviously, this tour kicked off in Miami with a marriage proposal.
Yeah.
Which is quite phenomenal.
Yeah, what a strange one that. I mean, you know, it's a funny old thing. I mean, it wouldn't be the first thing that would spring to mind at a Napalm concert.
Not at all.
But having said that, it kind of does in a way, because it's about people expressing their free will, you know. And, you know, so I was quite happy to do it, really. You know, I mean, I'm quite cynical about marriage, you know.
Yeah, your response was amazing.
Well, I'm quite cynical about marriage in some respects, but my whole point has always been, you know, and we've covered this on record, actually, my point has always been, if it's what suits you two guys and it's what you two want to do, you know, whatever kind of relationship it might be, it's your choice. It's nobody else's business, you know. So
the new record, Apex Predator, Easy Meat. Holy shit! It seems like Napalm Death is like you try to know what to expect, and you always get that sound, but then you always throw in this new shit, this new energy, and obviously it's still the chaotic beauty that it is. But it seems also the fans, even this record, the response has been huge for it so far.
You know what, man? And I have to say, and I've mentioned this a few times in other interviews, I have to pinch myself. I'm still pinching myself, because the response to Utilitarian and even before that was just not what we expected. You know, you could never. I mean, no band has got the divine right to expect any kind of, you know, plaudits or whatever. You know, so to then move on for that, and the response to be even more enthusiastic was just, you know, like I say, you have to pinch yourself. You know, it's like it's hard to. I mean, for us, you know, we've always. When we're making an album, we've always got those doubts in the back of our mind. You know, is it going to be good enough? Is it going to meet? Is it going to match up to the last album? Are people going to like it? You know, all that stuff. And then when you get into the recording studio, then it kind of takes on a life of its own. You know, so then the light bulb kind of comes on, and we were like, well, you know, this is pretty good. We think, you know, we hope, you know. So yeah, again, the same thing. But you know, having said all that, there is no great master plan with Napalm. It's not like we tick off a checklist, you know. Grind parts, check. Ambient weird parts, check. You know, whatever kind of part you want to mention, check. It's not like that. It's just literally what we feel is the right thing to do for us at the time, you know. So.
Well, writing this record, didn't you write it at separate times during the last year?
Yeah, I mean, more than that, it was recorded at different parts during the year. You know, it was recorded actually in 4 sections.
Wow.
And there were that part was pre-planned, because, you know, to me, like this, a certain genre of extreme music does suffer sometimes, because it, you know, you can be creative as you want in your writing, but there's no reason why you can't be equally creative with your production.
True.
What's the point of just setting the desk and just playing the songs?
Yeah.
Be a bit imaginative. You know, I'm a fan of lo-fi stuff. I'm a fan of, well, Amphetamine Reptile. That was a big inspiration for us sound-wise. You know, Touch and Go, same thing. You know, all their catalogue. So in as much as Napalm has a certain sound, ultra distorted, you know, and all that stuff, then that's always going to be there. But there is another side. There's the ambient side, which can be explored and can be equally as extreme on another level.
Yeah.
You know, so we ramped that up, I think, on this album, and we'll continue. Well, I hope to keep ramping that up. You know,
That'd be cool. Yeah.
and hopefully, you know, we will sort of brush off this thing with extreme music about having computerized, you know, drums and this and all the rest of it, because for a long time that's always been my kind of nightmare, really, you know. So.
Well, it's cool, especially with like the ambient stuff, because as chaotic as the music is, like, if you really listen to it in headphones, I think it's strictly headphones that really brings out everything in the album.
And I haven't done that yet, actually, because
Really?
because you know, it always takes time for me to digest stuff, because I got so much going on with Napalm that I literally don't have time to listen to the stuff time after time after time after time as much as I'd like to. I've heard it through speakers, and I heard the premixes through headphones, which were already really good, and in my opinion were already ready to go before they were mixed, because I like the rawness of it at that point, you know. But I haven't listened to it since the final master on headphones, you know. So.
Well, it sounds amazing.
No, thank you. Thanks for letting me know. I appreciate
You're welcome.
that.
You're playing a few new songs tonight.
Yeah.
So finally getting these out there. How are they mixing with the old tracks? How are the fans going?
Seems to be good. You know, I mean, it's early days yet, because we've been, obviously we started playing this stuff a few days before the album had come out. So I think, you know, you've got to give time for the people that come to the gigs to absorb it. But everybody seems to be really liking it. And obviously, like Cesspits and Smasher Single Digit have been out there for some time, so those two are known, and we play those two. So yeah, it seems to be a good response, and also from the older stuff, we've bought a ton. We basically flipped the whole set list on its head. We've brought in a ton of stuff that we haven't played for quite some time.
Oh, wow.
So there's quite a mix of stuff there, you know.
Damn. So it's gonna be a good night.
Hopefully. Yeah.
Well, what's the plan for the rest of the year? Are you just gonna be touring your asses off?
Well, yeah. I mean, we got some quite nice stuff coming up after this tour. We've got India and back to Australia, New Zealand, Indonesia, and some other bits and pieces coming up. You know, so it's a really nice, interesting start to the year. You know, Europe's going to come later, because we figured that. Of course, Europe's always great for us, but you know, we figured that coming to the States first this time, we kind of needed to do it, because the response on both the Decibel tour and the Municipal Way was more than we could have expected, anticipated. We were fucking blown away, to be honest. We were, and I don't.
Well, so were we.
Yeah. Well, I'm not exaggerating when I say that. It was another thing we were like, where are all these people coming from? You know, we just didn't expect it. So, so we thought, well, you know what? As it was so good to us last time, we should kind of return the favour and go back first. And Europe. We've done plenty of European stuff. They can see us later on. You know, I'm sure they could live without us for a while. You know, so.
Well, I think it's interesting, because I've talked with a lot of, like, especially with a band like Crowbar. I was talking with Kirk, and he's saying, like, now he feels like Crowbar is bigger than ever, even though they've been around for over 20 years, and obviously you guys over 30 years. Do you feel like you're bigger than you ever been?
I mean, you know, it's not just a feeling. I mean, we're selling more records right now than we ever have done, and that's awesome. Not just vinyl. You know, as everybody's seen it. For us, it's vinyl, CDs, everything is selling like really, really well for us. And when you consider, I think that we haven't done anything to gain commercial advantage. In fact, we turned down stuff that could gain us a commercial advantage because of our ethos. You know, I think then that's kind of mind blowing again in another way. You know, so it just goes to prove that, you know, you stick to what you want to do. You know, and not some things that you might not feel comfortable with, and you know, you live and die by your own decisions. You know.
You've always been a very honest band, no matter what. Was the music, lyrics, it's
whatever
always been real. It's been real.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully, yeah. I mean, I guess it's a recognition of independence. You know, because it really means a lot to me. I mean, real is subjective, you know, but I think independence and moving independently for me is really important. Actually, it's really important. You know. So.
Well, it's good. It's good to hear everything's going good, man.
Yeah,
We'll let you get ready to annihilate us later. Do you have any last words or anything else to say? To
Well, I'm about to go and annihilate some vegan food. You know, if I can find some. So yeah,
we'll try and find you some.
I will in this place. You know, but well, it's not exactly difficult in this area, is it? So
might be a little expensive, but we'll find.
Well, I don't mind that as long as it's good food. But yeah, hopefully we will. We're gonna, you know, every gig, whether it's in New York City or whether it's in, I don't know, give me a state that's
Georgia,
or anything, you know, wherever it is. It's always play every gig as if it's your last, and you won't go far wrong, you know. So.
There you go, Barney. Thank you very much as
Cheers.
always.
Nice one, man.
Apex Predator Easy Meat out right now. Go pick it up. Yeah.